Hello viewers, my name is Irene Njeri Mwangi, a person living with epilepsy. Epilepsy, I was diagnosed with this condition 7 years ago after I had my second child. Yes, it's a mild epilepsy, but I have to take meds for the rest of my life so I can be okay. Epilepsy is a very hard condition, but the first stage is acceptance. You have to accept yourself. I have this condition and I have to live with this for the rest of my life. What do I do so that I can be okay? It's not easy. Acceptance stage, just like any other lifetime condition, except acceptance is the first stage. You have to accept yourself. This is condition that is in me and it is not me. So when I chose this path of acceptance, I decided like I'm bigger than epilepsy and I can rise above this and be better. It wasn't easy, coupled with the fact that I'm a young mother who is breastfeeding a young one and I can have a seizure anytime. That's the most difficult part. Then there is family. I have to explain to them I have this condition and this is how it's supposed to be. My journey with epilepsy for the last 7 years haven't been easy. I have had a lot of challenges at first. The first challenges was this is Africa and epilepsy is viewed as something like demonic attack. It's not easy for people to accept that uko na kifafa. So most of the time utapata you are being taken to places of prayer to be prayed for, sababu in African society, even in this modern day and age, people believe epilepsy is a demonic attack. That's the first challenge that I had to face with. The second challenge was having to take drugs every day. Phenobarbital and carbamazepine aren't the easiest drugs to take because most of the time they make you tired. I'm tired most of the time and I'm sleepy. I don't have so much energy, and before my body got used to it, I'll be sleepy most of the time. I wasn't very productive. So that's the major challenge with epilepsy. So taking drugs every day for the rest of your life. I remember one time I refused to take drugs and my dad asked for a water in a basin. Those who know Kikuyu culture will understand that. My dad wanted to disown me. He told me, if you don't take your drugs, for sure you're going to die. And I don't want to bury my daughter. So if you take your drugs, I'm going to disown you. So if you die, you won't die being my daughter. That was very tough. I'm daddy's girl and I saw his pain. That really touched me. The second thing is my son. If you have ever witnessed anyone having seizures, you can tell it's not pretty. So my son was young and having to witness that, it was very hard for him. He had to go through some counseling to understand what was happening to me and to be able to cope with what was going on. And that was a wake-up call for me because this is my son who I love dearly. I don't want him to witness such thing. And if I can do something that is taking meds, that's not too much to ask because There are other people who are living with other conditions and they have to take drugs every day. People living with HIV, people with diabetes and pressure and high blood pressure, they have to take those drugs every day. And those were among the major challenges. The third one, of course, is the society. I remember those first few years, I didn't want to go outside. Like, I locked myself in. I didn't want to be around people because I was afraid if I'll get a seizure in a public place, it will be embarrassing. But then I realized there is nothing embarrassing about my condition. It's a condition just like any other. So those were among the major challenges. And of course, you you don't go telling if you're looking for work, having to tell your employers, I have this condition. And some people, because of lack of knowledge, they don't know how to handle that. They don't know how to handle someone with this condition. They'll be nice, and because of that condition, I know have missed several opportunities because of that condition. And yes, those were among the major challenges that I faced. It's very sad that in this modern day and age, with all information out there, some people are discriminated because of this condition. It's sad that today there are people who are locked in, they are hidden because of this condition. They don't want to tell people what they have, and it's really sad because I'm blessed to have a very good support system. My parents and my partner and my sisters, I have a community that give me my support. But it's sad there are people who don't have that. There are people with this modern day and age where we have information everywhere. You can Google about this condition and know what it is all about, but we chose to be ignorant and we assume things. We don't want to learn. It's sad that people die because of this condition, and their medicine, modern day medicine, they are very cheap drugs that can actually manage this condition. Mine is mild. I know few others who have a very severe one. They will have seizures like 2 or 3 times a day. It can be very challenging. It's sad. It's even more challenging if you don't have a good support system. It's sad there is not enough information about epilepsy out there, that when I was diagnosed, I had to go to Google. I went to the medical profession I went to. I got very little information about this condition and what it entails and how it's going to alter the course of my life. And there is very little information out there. I'll challenge the health workers to put more information about this condition so that people can know more and we can be enlightened and we can know how to handle someone if they have seizure. I remember there was a time they broke my teeth because they believe they have to insert a spoon in my mouth. That's because of misinformation. If someone had prior information, they'll know how to handle that. Lack of information is the major challenge when you are dealing with epilepsy. I would like to challenge our community. First of all, is to accept people with epilepsy. Epilepsy, first of all, is a neurological problem and it's not a demonic attack. Please, please, please. If you know someone with this condition, he needs medical help, not prayers. I have nothing against prayer. Maombi ni mzuri, it helps, but the first thing they need is medical attention. They need to be put on drugs so that they can control those seizures. Secondly, if you have a family member with this condition, it's good to let them know what they're supposed to do in case you have a seizure. There is no little information out there about how to handle someone when they start having conversion and seizures. Like in my household, my son, who is just a teenager, knows what to do just in case I have one. Information is power. The moment people don't have information, they'll panic. And when you panic, they start doing some funny things that make the condition even worse. And to the families of those people who are living with this condition, the the most the worst thing you can do is hide that person. There is no shame in being epileptic, because I'm a living testament, because have to accept them so they can accept themselves. Support system is very, very important. I remember the first few years, my dad would call every night around 9 to ask if I have taken my meds. And it became a norm, and now I don't have to be reminded because I'm past that stage of not accepting. I know myself, I'm epileptic, but I'm not epilepsy. Epilepsy is just something very small that is in me, and that's because I have the information that I need. And thirdly, to the government, please, 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 we need more social workers going around our homes to see, to check on those people who don't go to get the drugs. I know there are people who are supposed to be on those meds, but when those seizures stop, they stop taking meds, and that's the worst injustice that you can do to yourself. The moment those seizures stop coming, that doesn't mean imeisha. It's under control, but you have to take your meds. I just wish there was more information out there. I just wish there was more that is known about epilepsy than the little we learned from Google. I just wish when I go to a clinic, the way I see posters about HIV, I see them talking about TB. I wish there would be a poster explaining what epilepsy is and what you are supposed to do to help that person. Information, information, and more information. That's what the society needs.